So today we have a brother named City. I like that. I like your name.
Yes, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, and so City is he's a creator. He's all about creating.
I like how you said that.
You are though.
I like how you said that. Creator.
You are. And so like he is the founder of Atlanta
Yes.
Music TV?
Absolutely.
Okay, and so and also he has urgent legal services. That's something that one of your businesses. Okay, and so congratulations, Black
Thank
man,
you.
for being an entrepreneur successfully.
Thank you.
You know, first and foremost, and also just being a part of helping to showcase our people
Absolutely.
in the proper light.
Absolutely.
You know, image is everything. So tell us a little bit about Atlanta Music TV.
Well, first off, thank you for having me. I want to appreciate everybody here at WRFG for just allowing me to be here. I want to thank also Gigi, my publicist for Atlanta Music TV. She's definitely a light and a rare light in the world. And it's first of all, it's all about creating your reality. The reason why Atlanta Music TV was created was specifically to highlight creators that are creating. See, we see the end result of everything, but we never see the process as to what it takes to actually get there. And I think that that's what's missing. You know, we see all these celebrities, entertainers, and just people in general, not just people that are in the limelight, but just people in general who are like striving to create, what they want, but nobody is showing the process. And so with Atlanta Music TV, we've been in film for over 15 years. We've been doing this. We was formerly City TV, but now Atlanta Music TV, and we redirected our I guess focus, and we want to focus more on what does it take to actually become successful, not necessarily just successful, but actually becoming who you are, what your purpose is on this planet,
right.
Why you're here, how do you actually get to that point of saying, I have this dream in my head, and I see myself being successful. Everybody said they want to be a millionaire, but can you really clearly see that vision for yourself? Do you really see that in full color? Is it as clear as me looking at you right now? Do you see it that clear? Because if you can't see it that clear, then it won't manifest.
That's right.
And
but
so,
if you do see it that clear, it has to manifest.
It has to. It's inevitable. That's just the way this life goes. And so I think that, Atlanta Music TV, what we've done is not only have we come into the industry, we've been in the industry for a long time. It's just that now our focus is on highlighting, showing what the creators are doing, the struggles, the stress, what it actually takes when you gain something, then you lose it and you regain it. What is that process like? What does it take to really fulfill your dreams? And I think that it's important for people to know that. So not only are we filming everybody in the entertainment industry.
Name some.
Oh, man. I mean, from Jermaine Dupri to, any celebrity in Atlanta, we've already interviewed pretty much.
Name drop.
I don't like to name drop much.
But I'm asking you.
Okay, I mean, we
downplay our success, and sometimes we're a little too modest, and at the same time, you know how our people are.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
people want to hear names.
You know what I'm saying?
They want to hear names.
Time, it's your success is inspiring for somebody.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So don't downplay it.
We've worked with so many people. We've done so much for different networks. Like Bravo. We've worked with BET. We worked with MTV, VH1. We've worked with so many different celebrities, and I really don't want to name drop because Atlanta Music TV is a streaming network, and we've been filming content on every possible celebrity that you could possibly think of that lives here in our city. And the reason that I don't really want to name drop is because
you did enough by even naming the networks.
Okay,
because what I was getting to is the level of the work that you're doing.
Oh, got you.
The professionalism in what you're doing.
Understand.
Yeah.
Pretty much, like I said, the Atlanta Music TV is a streaming network. We've been filming for over a year and a half. We've done interviews on some of everyone that's in the city. Shout out to everyone that showed love to Atlanta Music TV and just was open to even do interviews because it's hard, you know, when you're not in the limelight to get that interview from Jermaine Dupri or T.I. or, you know, whoever you deem as being way up there, you know, or successful. And the reason why I brought up those particular names, because they are successful, but they are, you know, some of the very few who have been open to allow, you know, say WFRG, you know, to, you know, interview them. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just, you know, it's a blessing. And y'all just look forward to seeing all the content that we have. In order for us to really be a streaming network, we had to capture content for over a year and a half and not release it, you know, but we're preparing to release a lot of that content. But we need for people to be able to watch and stay on, you know, and have the desire to stay on and watch what's going on. But I promise you, it's all progressive. And when you see what some of your favorite artists or some of your high listed celebrities, you know, talking about consciousness and
That's
talking about, you know,
that's what it's about.
Yes.
When you're taking that, and that's why part of the reason I wanted to diffuse those worlds.
Yeah.
You know, because it's very important that we do that, because it's time for the wealth to meet the wisdom.
Absolutely.
You know, and so when we take in, you know, so-called A-list, B-list, celebrities and saying, hey, you know, let's talk about something that matters.
Yeah.
Let's talk about things that are mature.
Absolutely.
You know, and higher vibration.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people are looking up to them. So you want to pull those things out.
Absolutely.
You know, versus in the mass media, what you see, you know, a lot of the superficial talk.
Right.
And things, materialism, and things that are not as important for our development.
Man, absolutely. It's so important. It's vitally important, because you cannot actually become successful. Like, we watch TV. You know, we watch these programs on television, or we watch the programs on your phone now, which is like direct access to just programming, right? You know, well, what are you actually putting in your mind? What are you actually looking at? And how does that affect your life? You know, you want to manifest something, but how does someone else, their success, help you? What is it doing for you? Are you getting any tools that you can use to apply to yourself? You know, and then, like, just because you see someone else's success and you see their process, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the process that you're going to have to take or go through. You know, you might go through some other challenges, but how you deal with those challenges, that's the part that, you know, I want people to see from some of these celebrities and A-list and B-list, you know, people that we've interviewed and have had the opportunity to follow. You know, one of the things I wanted to mention is AMT is the video and media director over Real Azul Tequila. We handle all the media, all the video production, all the visual production for Real Azul Tequila. And the reason why I want to highlight that is because, you know, we're doing so much with it, but our approach and how we're capturing the content is going to these celebrities and these A-lists and asking them specifically, you know, how does consciousness play a part in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis? You know, how does that affect you? You know, are you thinking about consciousness, or are you just doing whatever?
That's the thing. Like, are we thinking about consciousness?
Yeah.
Are we conscious?
Right.
Is really what you're asking.
Yeah.
Or are we dealing with reality?
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's what you asked him.
Absolutely.
How much do you think about reality?
Right.
You know, what's right in our face.
Yeah.
But, you know, we complain, oh, this is wrong, oh, this is bad. But then we glorify destruction.
Absolutely.
And then we, you know, continue to live in that world, but then we complain about it. It's just like an oxymoron.
Yeah, I like to think about, like, you know, when we're thinking about these things in our head, these dreams that we talk about, are those actually dreams that we're seeing in our head? Are those places that actually exist, and we're getting a glimpse into it?
It's like a dimension.
Right. It's a separate dimension from here, but it's a reality that actually exists. It's not just a thought. People mainly attach thoughts to just words and not thinking about what they're thinking about. And I usually tell people, like, think about what you're thinking about. What is it that you're thinking about?
Now that's conscious.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, when you think about what you're thinking about, how does that affect what you experience on a day-to-day basis? How is it influencing that?
Yeah, because it starts to become automatic.
Absolutely.
You know, and so, like, we were talking earlier about how we have them subconscious imprints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things, because your subconscious remembers everything.
Right.
It's picking up everything in your whole life. And
Right.
so even when you realize, hey, I could create my reality,
Right.
it's still a training that
Absolutely.
has to go on, because there's an automatic program running.
Right,
There it
absolutely.
is.
And you said something. You said, you know, it's something that's always running in your head. You know, you can go into a quiet room, turn off all the lights, and be silent, and you're still going to hear thoughts going through your head. You're still going to see things going through your head. Now, what you choose to attach your attention to, you give life to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you think about all those things that you're thinking about, if you were to make a list, there will be a direct relationship between what you think and what you experience every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's moment to moment. That's not just daily, it's moment to moment.
Yeah.
You know, because I could be good right now and everything could be amazing. I can get a text message or a post, you know, or a tweet or whatever. And I could think and visualize that thing. And then all of a sudden it affects everything that's happening in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how does that happen? And that's what we're after.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're after like trying to show people that we do influence our reality. And we want to show them proof, because, you know, we need proof. We need to see it in action. We need to see examples. And so that's what Atlanta Music TV is about. We're about capturing those examples so that you can see it.
So I'm glad Gigi really, you know,
Yeah.
made sure you came, because I see why too, because it's like you're always on the other side, interviewing
Absolutely.
things, and you know, it's real important for number one, like you was talking about earlier, to have success and start to experience success based on consciously moving yourself in a direction and doing it and making it happen, creating it, having techniques and all this. But it's another thing when you can talk about, you know, when you tell somebody, hey, you should, you know, you can create anything you want. They be like, are you doing it?
Right.
Did you do it? What you doing? Why are you telling me?
Exactly.
And so you're doing that, but then it's like, okay, if you're doing it, that means you have adopted habits.
Absolutely.
That reflect your desire.
Absolutely.
And so those understanding that people, you know, we can say, hey, you can create anything you want, but it's like, how?
Yeah.
You know, what do I do
to
start to train myself?
That's an important thing, you know, and I want to talk about that real quick. Like, most of us are trained and conditioned to think about the how. When really, no matter what, the only thing that we're required to do is to imagine the end result. Now, there's physical things that you have to do in the physical world. Obviously, if you're sitting on your butt and you're not doing nothing, then nothing's going to really happen for you. You know, if you're waiting on somebody to do it for you, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting on somebody to come from wherever and save you or whatever from, you know, your misery, you know, that you've attached yourself to, it's not going to happen.
Especially when you got the same program.
Absolutely. It's the same program. You're thinking the same way. You're doing the same things and nothing's changing. Obviously, there's something that needs to be done. But how do you do that? You do not have to try to figure out how you're going to do it. Majority of the people that's successful now will tell you a lot of them don't even have a regular education. A lot of them don't even have college education, which is important. I'm not saying it's not important.
When it is. I mean, it's not
to
for
each his own,
everybody.
right?
Yeah.
To each his own, you know. But I'm saying, you know, a lot of them are successful. How did they get to that point? You know, they made a choice that, you know what? I know who I am. I know what I see for myself. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to move in that direction. And as they move in that direction, only thing they was required to do is to imagine that end result and see that in full color. And everything else comes into play. But you have to move towards whatever you're trying to do. You know, you can't just sit around and wait for, you know, things to happen, because that's just not the way the world works. You know, what you think about, you bring about. Anything that you think in your mind and attach your attention to is going to play out in the physical realm as an experience for you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
it's going to happen.
It's important.
It's going
You know, this work is important. Like being, you know, CEO of a streaming network, like with AMT and running, you know, another business, Urgent Legal. These was all concepts that were dreams. These came to me in dreams. You know, but when I say dream, I don't say dream. I'm talking about leaving this planet and going there where it exists. Now that might sound a little deep to most people, but
deep to us.
it's not deep.
It's
It's what it is.
It's a reality.
It's what it
when
is.
You think like that. That's how you attract things. See, we have linear thinking,
Right.
And so when we use the whole dimension reality,
Absolutely.
you know, it helps our linear mind
Absolutely.
start to see things that's not even there yet.
Right.
You know, say, hey, I got this in another dimension.
Right.
You know, that's a technique.
Yeah.
You know, to because it's all about creating techniques to fix the linear mind, because to non-linear concept.
Yeah, I believe that you should attach yourself to things that serve you, not things that don't serve you. You know, negativity doesn't serve me. You know, does it exist? You know, I know that negativity exists, but that negativity that's around me, that dark force, I look at it from a peripheral standpoint, not from a focal standpoint. You know, because anything that you focus on, it manifests. So why am I going to give attention to anything that's negative or something that opposes my purpose? That's pointless. You know, you waste your time when you do that. So instead of attaching your mind to something that does not serve you, is not expedient for your life, it's better for you to focus and make a choice that, you know what, I'm not going to entertain anything that does not serve my purpose or your vision, you know, whatever that is that you have for your life. If it's not serving that, then detach from it, because it's not serving you any good. It's actually stagnating you from moving forward. It's actually it's altering the manifestation of what you see that you said you dreamed about, or what you've always had a vision to do. You know, all those pitfalls that you'll fall into, those are created from those attachments to things that don't help you. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's important to literally think about what you're thinking about and make sure that you're attaching yourself to things that serve you.
Yeah. We're listening to WRFG Atlanta. We're on our pledge drive. Remember, we are speaking to Brother City of Atlanta Music TV. Giving thanks for your presence here on RNR Radio. Remember, we are in our pledge drive. 445238989 is the number. This is where you're able to get the type of information that, you know, this is coming straight from the heart and the soul. It's nothing staged about it, you know what I mean?
We didn't have a list of questions. We're just going at it. And, you know, I really want to see people be successful. And that's the main thing. Anything that I'm doing, it's all about people. It's all about serving the people. It's all about actually becoming the example that people can see. And when they see what we've captured, you know, it's definitely going to be life-changing. Mind altering, you know, and it's more so, I like to say that I don't give people new information. I just remind them of what they already knew. See what I'm saying? Because a lot of this knowledge and information that we have is not just like, you know, even though somebody might have wrote it in a book or, you know, put it in a movie or what have you, a lot of this information that you get, it comes from when you make the choice that you will serve your purpose. You will move in that direction. You are not going to let any excuse stop you from moving forward. You know, it's like just making that choice takes your consciousness to a whole nother level. And it opens up information and doors to, you know, opportunities that you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't made the choice to become conscious or move in the direction of becoming conscious. Because some people don't know how to become enlightened or how to get this information, you know, or how to obtain it.
Where to start?
You know,
when you've been trained all this time to think a certain way, your mama tell you, you better be careful for you fall and break your neck. Cause, you know, it's like, dang, could you say be safe?
Right.
Or, you know, say what you want, but we are trained to think and to say what we don't want. Think about what we don't want and say what we don't want.
Absolutely.
And so now it's like, okay, even after training ourselves for a period of time, a lot of times, it's still never enough to talk about this. It's never enough to remind ourselves. It's never enough to be reminded. It's never enough to remind somebody else. There's so many distractions, and at the same time, we have like 30-some years or however old you are, when you finally understanding to how to focus and concentrate, you know, our minds and our thinking, you know, after all this time, it's just a subconscious imprinted with all of this for all this time, you know, and so we can never have this, we can't have enough of this conversation.
It has to be talked about. It has to be talked about, and because the world has shifted to a more visual world now, it's not that the visuals haven't been there, it's just that now we have access at all times through our gadgets, you know, technology. Now we have access. There's no excuse. There's no reason why any information that you want, you can Google it, you know, but honestly, you know, you're not going to be attracted to the information that you need for yourself until you make the choice and decision on who you are. You know, what is your purpose? You know, what is it that you want out of life? What do you want to experience?
That's real, because one of the things that I listen to a lot of different people, speakers, motivational speakers, speaks the same thing that remind us of these things. And one of the things that I hear a lot is make a decision.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't know what we want or know what we desire, if we don't make a decision, then the universe is confused.
Completely.
You know, it's
make it for
scattered.
you.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but when we're focused on something, that's why, you know, even being multi-talented has its pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm all over the place, and when I'm not razor sharp focused on a thing,
absolutely,
I'm focused, not really focused, but doing this, and this. It's just going to take more time to connect with what I'm envisioning, because I'm not focused on that vision. I'm all over the place. So, you know, I understand this. I'm multi-talented, and I still do. You know, because I'm just so deep into so many things in different arenas. But what I'm working on, too, for those who are multi-talented, this is a good thing that's working for me, is fusing those things. You know, working on projects that fuse everything, you know, as much as we can, because I feel like if I have talent, why should I not be using it?
Yeah. You know, some people might be like, you know what, I believe in my purpose. I believe who I am. I know who I am. I believe, right? There's another step, because, you know, experience is the only thing that brings you to know. Knowing activates manifestation of whatever you want, need, or desire. So you can believe all day, but if you don't know, then it can't manifest. So you have to experience it here and in your mind and in your heart before you can actually even experience it in the physical realm. It's not going to manifest. You can sit on your knees all day, pray, whatever, you know, anybody, whatever they do, you know, whatever suits you, you could do that all day. But until you actually come to know and really move in that direction of knowing, then the manifestation can't happen, you know. So we have to move also beyond belief and come to know, and we need more examples. And so that's the primary basis of Atlanta Music TV. We're in every genre, everything that you could think of, any creator. You know, people using the word curate. You know, any curator, any creator, you know, anybody that's in the mode or the mindset of creating their reality, creating their dreams, you know, fulfilling their dreams. We're capturing them. We're filming them. We're doing interviews. We're doing documentaries. We have a series of different content that they're going to be able to watch. Everyone's going to be able to, you know, at least build from what our content will provide.
Awesome.
Yeah.
City, I would like to challenge you on one thing, if you don't mind.
All right, hold that thought.
Is it okay?
He said it's a challenge.
Let's go.
Just a small one.
Let's go.
All right. So we're gonna be right back, and you know, now you gotta stay tuned, don't you?
Yeah, right.
So I gotta keep my thought for like how long? So I gotta hold this thought. I need to write it down.
Hey, do whatever you gotta do.
I'm gonna put it in the universe.
There you go. Let it flow. Let it flow. That was awesome.
I was about to take a break now.
Cool.
Give him a mental break. Let him think about it.